This is how the story began. A prisoner by the name of Lira, who worked in the prison factory, who was working with a guard cleaning the prison roof with a pressure hose, and without meaning to, or perhaps without knowing, they destroyed a nest that contained 3 little chicks. 2 of them died instantly, but 1 survived. They were so tiny, they didn't even have feathers. The guard was visibly moved and, feeling responsible, allowed Lira to bring the chick secretly inside the prison to try and save it. The prisoner arrived with the chick in the palm of his hand and, not knowing what to do with it, began to ask the other prisoners what to do. Someone suggested, "Ask Cuba," Gerardo's prison nickname. "He will know what to do." Gerardo was summoned. Gerardo whistled, imitating what he imagined the chick's mother would have done. He moved his fingers as though they were little wings. Miraculously, the little bird opened its beak. Gerardo gave it breadcrumbs and later dipped his finger in water and let the drops fall softly into the little bird's beak. Gerardo didn't want to take the bird to his cell, but every day he went to feed it. The bird didn't want to take food from anyone except Gerardo. He put the bits of food in the palm of his hand, and the little bird came fearlessly. However, the prisoners were worried about what would happen to the bird during inspections. One day, there were many prisoners in the patio. Gerardo whistled, and in front of all the prisoners, the little bird appeared out of nowhere and landed on his shoulder. Incredible. Everyone talked about it, and they named the little bird Cardenal. On a different occasion, another prisoner found the little bird in the patio with its beak stretched open. It was very hot and thirsty. Gerardo gave it water. He put the bird under his hat. Of course, the guards realized he had something odd on his head. "What's under your hat?" they asked. Cardenal chirped loudly. "Don't tell me you're training him to take messages to Fidel," said one of the guards, laughing. The story didn't end there. Gerardo brought the bird to his cell and made a nest for him. He played with him, letting him rest on his shoulder or on his head. When Gerardo was writing, the little bird came to play. Sometimes Cardenal curled up inside of Gerardo's collar and slept there. Gerardo was actually worried about a certain guard who was not showing mercy toward the little bird. During an inspection, the guard forced Gerardo to let Cardenal go and close the door behind him. The little bird returned later, completely exhausted. Gerardo let him rest for a few days inside the cell, and then came the lockdown. Solitary confinement is punishment for all prisoners, and whenever there is a lockdown, there are inspections. When Gerardo heard that they were checking all the space between the floor and the door, he pushed Cardenal outside. Cardenal flew within the wing where Gerardo's cell was located. When the guard arrived, he saw the box where Cardenal lived. Gerardo said this was where his friend lived, of his own free will. "The problem is that I take him outside and he returns. It's not my fault." "Look," said the guard, gesturing as though to say he thought Gerardo was nuts. "If you think I'm going to believe that bird is going to return..." Gerardo whistled from his cell, and the guard froze in his tracks as he watched the bird return. Cardenal had no problem picking out the cell belonging to his friend among the huge array of cells on 2 floors that looked exactly alike. Cardenal arrived at Gerardo's cell. He looked at him through the bars, but couldn't enter since this was a lockdown. He waited there nervously until Gerardo couldn't stand it anymore and opened the slot where food was delivered and Cardenal came in. A few days later, there was another inspection. When the guards arrived at Gerardo's cell, he told them he had a small bird so they wouldn't be scared if the birds should happen to fly overhead. He was told that he had to release it, but since none of them could catch the bird, they brought Gerardo to the entrance of the entire wing so that he could let it go himself. Since there was a lockdown, Gerardo and the little bird walked down the passageway, escorted by the guards. All the prisoners saw them through the bars of their cells and began to shout, "They're taking Cuba and the bird to the hold." As they banged their doors in protest, the guards shouted, "Calm down. He's not going to the hold. We're just going to free the bird." That was the last time that Gerardo saw Cardenal. The lockdown lasted a month while the wing was completely shut down. Gerardo couldn't leave and Cardenal couldn't enter. The little bird had been inside this rough, high-security prison since Gerardo's birthday from June 4th and remained there until July 16th, one day after the wedding anniversary of Gerardo and his wife, Adriana. And that is the end of our very, very true story. Thank you.